What you see right here is 100 class schedules, all possible combinations of backup plans for course registration, and this entire thing has been automatically generated using coding. Some of you who've watched my videos, and those who came to NYU and met me in person, have frequently commented that the code I wrote to automatically organize my classes for course registration was very impressive. You know what I did? I copied the information from those sections, slapped it into Java, wrote up this piece of code for a lot of hours. In less than 1 second, it organizes everything. You just copy down the information and slap it into spreadsheets. As much as I appreciate your love for it, it pains me because that thing I wrote doesn't even come close to what I developed recently. What you just saw was incredibly primitive because it was meant for a one-time purpose, meaning it can't be used for any other classes. How useless. As an NYU student of nearly 2 years now, I've realized that class schedules can be painful, exhausting, and boring. As if searching for the classes I want to take isn't enough, I usually enter them into Google Sheets to visualize what my class schedules would look like. I do this to come up with backup plans, in case my first priority plan is unavailable. But the problem is, since I make backups of every single combination, it results in dozens of possibilities and takes up way too much time to create. Last semester, I was searching for classes as usual, entering them into a Google Sheets. For some reason though, I kept making errors, so I had to restart over and over again several times. Finally, I was so done with having to do this manually, and I came up with a crazy idea. What if I could just write a Java code file that can make this Google Sheets for me? It almost seemed impossible given the scale and complexity of the project, but it was theoretically doable. Since I had worked with Java for 3-4 years now, I already knew everything I needed to make this. So one random Monday evening, I sat down and began writing the code. And surprisingly enough, I managed to successfully complete the project. This whole thing took me around 4 to 5 hours. Because this was such a complex project, I expected to run into an unsolvable problem and eventually quit. But somehow I ran into little to no problems at all, which is a coder's dream come true. Here's how it works. The program reads an input text file, which contains a list of classes you want to take. Keep in mind you have to write this part manually, but this is the only manual part of the entire thing. It's not much labor, trust me. This input file is based on my actual classes that I used for my spring 2022 registration. You put the class name at the top, and since there can be different sections at different days and times, you enter them below. I wrote the class number, which is unique to every section, the day and time the class takes place, and the professor's name. By the way, all these names are fake for identity purposes. Then, if you want to move on and enter a different class subject, then you can type in 3 dashes and repeat. This file has to be entered in correct formats with the correct number of spaces, correct comma placement, etc. It's Java, after all. In the end, you will have this handcrafted text file that contains all this information. The program reads through this, automatically creating a schedule for every combination. If there are classes with overlapping times, then that combination gets discarded, and the program moves on to the next possibility. And when it's done with everything, in less than a few seconds, it instantly creates dozens of class schedules, all automatically generated with the power of coding. Depending on the number of classes you've entered, it can even go over 100 possibilities. And then it's quite simple from here. You copy everything and paste it into a Google Sheets. What's that? Everything's black and white and too hard to read? Let's add some color then using Google Sheets functions. And that's how I automatically generated my backup plans for this semester, investing 4 hours of work for a lifetime of no labor. Each plan has a number starting from 1. It doesn't have anything to do with priority. It's just for you to easily keep track of these plans. On the right side, you can find the class number, class name, which is color-coded, and the professor name. And here's my favorite part about this entire project, the schedule IDs. Let's say you wanted to take these classes: EGB on Monday and Wednesday at 2 to 3:15, accounting on Tuesday and Thursday at 11 to 12:15, finance on Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30 to 10:45, and computer science on Monday and Wednesday at 12:30 to 1:45. Sure, that all sounds good, but what would that look like in Google Sheets? Well, it would be impossible to go through all of these to find your desired schedule, and that's where schedule IDs come into play. Every class has a unique class number, so it'd be cool if every combination of classes also had a unique number. This unique number for each plan is the schedule ID, and I made it so that it equals the sum of the squares of the 4 class numbers. I squared the numbers to ensure that these numbers don't end up anywhere close. Squaring the numbers ensures that the differences between all the class schedule IDs differ by a lot, but also keeping the numbers relatively small. So let's figure this out. EGB has a number 10670, accounting has a number 10748. Finance has the course number 10862, and computer science has the number 20852. Square these and add them together, and you get 782157352. And if you try searching this up on your sheet, you get it right away. And it seems like Plan 57 is your first priority. With this code, visualizing all possible class combinations that I could take has become a lot easier, and I'm looking forward to using this for the next 2 years while I'm still a student. Since I didn't make a video about class registration for this semester, I didn't have a chance to show you this program. So here it is, a much better version than the really old code I wrote back then. For those of you wondering if I'm going to share this, the answer is probably going to be no, for a couple of reasons. Number one, this program doesn't apply to everyone. It can compute only 4 classes max, so people who want to take 5 or more classes can't use this. Sure, I could change the code so that it can take in more than 4 classes, but I really made this for myself, and since I don't see myself taking more than 4 classes per semester, I don't really see a reason to change the code as it is. And number 2, this program is inconvenient for most people to use. Since this is written in Java, you need a code compiling program to run this file, like Visual Studio Code, which a lot of people might not have, considering not everyone is a coder. So if someone asks for this code and I send them a random text file, chances are they're not going to know what to do with it. If I can make this into a web page or app, I would, but I don't have the skills to do so. So I guess it's stuck the way it is. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more NYU related videos. I'll catch you guys next time.